right, so we have the last video I will be doing at C0. We're going to see how this team functions when you've already used it once, and then we're also going to see how this team functions, you know, when you're trying to first time, right? Because this is a cool team that buffs Kinich damage quite a bit, right? Now, this team is good, but I wouldn't say that it's like a hugely crazy amount compared to when you have Emilie on this team, right? So, yeah, and then also 180 and what's that? 180 again. And then, oh yeah, we disconnected. All right, well, I don't know if this is honestly his best damaging team. I think it is close, though. It is close. Because Furina's power is just so good, and especially since I have C1 Furina here, it's definitely helping out the image towards this team, right? So this is with us with all that max HP there, and let's go and see what kind of damage numbers we're hitting. Oh, it didn't crit. That sucks. That actually sucks. I'm trying to... really, it didn't crit again? Oh my... What? Let me out of here. Let me out of here. 3 times it didn't crit, bro. How? How did that happen? I wasn't being super crazy because I was like, all right, well, we're at least going to see the next, you know, setup, right? But no, it didn't. Okay, so hopefully we actually can crit this time so we're not, you know, stuck here on the same team forever. I have 73% crit rate on my Kinich. It should not have crit. Like, that was a, like, I don't know what percent chance. I'll have it in the video. Okay, come on, Capybara man. Don't screw me over. Let's be real. Just don't do it. I'm pressed. I swear, I feel like it's slightly delayed. I don't get what about this team makes things feel slightly delayed, but like if you're, you know, you have to anticipate when you're hitting him with the... Bennett's ring is already gone? What? Alright, let's do a... let's not do a second rotation of that. I'm gonna go, like, stop recording so I can look at the footage. I'll be right back. I want to do that team again because I feel like there was something weird. I think it was Bennett's E-skill or something. Like, he paused for a weird amount of time, man. I was like, I swear, there's been so many times where I'm like, all right, time to press 1, and then it just doesn't, like, actually switch into Kinich, and then I use Bennett's E-skill. Like, it's so weird how that happened. I don't get it. Let's go. I'm clicking anywhere to close. It's not closing. Like, that's so weird. All right, come on. We should be able to hit a pretty good amount of numbers here. Let's not. All right, switch. Finally. All right, there you go. All right, come on. Why did he do it immediately? He never does it immediately. Oh, my bro. Why? Okay, I might have honestly cut out a lot of the teams here. Like, or not the teams, but a lot of the runs, because this has been awful. I seriously have not had a good, like, time. I'm clicking anywhere. Please, just let that prompt go away. It doesn't work. I'm sat there forever. All right, cool. We're hitting him. Go. Why do you do this? All right, 200,000. Bro, why? Why? It's so frustrating. Why does it do this? All right, we saw more damage. I don't get why, but we did. All right, we saw 200,000 on the second one. Oh, bro. I don't get it. He just decides not to crit now. I had a flawless team run with him. This just not working. We're going to now go ahead and we're going to add Emilie to the team. And I think these are generally the teams that I will be running. I'm not really too interested in other teams, so I think this is just what I'm going to be running. So I'm going to only compare these teams just because it's either Furina or, you know, Emilie, and I think that's really what I'm looking at. I don't really care for Xiangling. Xiangling isn't providing anything other than her off-field damage, which is already so low because you have to put so much energy recharge on her. Xiangling is way too overrated in this community. Toma is at least providing something other than just raw damage. Please, Favonius, proc. Favonius, do you want to proc? Yeah, thanks. All right, whatever. Sure. Emilie's on here. We don't really need Emilie on this team. Like, it wasn't like a necessity. All right, we're just gonna, yeah, all right, boom. Yay, 140, and actually 140 is low. Yeah, there, 180. We saw the differences. Weirdly, but we saw the differences. Yeah, I don't know why. I guess I was on cooldown for his stack, which is why it's so dumb. But yeah, so that was C0 Kinich. I don't think I have any more benefit to holding on to him. I don't think I have anything else that I would want to do at C0. He sucks in Abyss right now to test out because he gets way too much buffs, right? It's just actually not, it's not good, right? It's just not. So yeah, I think overall, I'm ready to C1 my, Kinich. I think he'll be very good at C1. I think overall, looking back at him, he'll be very good. So let's go ahead, permanently C1 my Kinich. We should be looking good. All right, so now let's go back to the Furina teams and show them off. It's important to note that, Kinich will actually lose effectiveness the more that you have crit damage on, right? So his C1 will get worse and worse over time as you get more and more crit damage, basically. My build for him right now would make the C1 kind of better than his weapon, but not really because it doesn't give the crit rate, but it gives like 10k more damage with Earthshaker, right? So it just depends on how well you have him built, how effective the C1 would be. And if you get the weapon plus the C1, he really does become a really strong character. So now let's look at him. I'm expecting really good damage numbers from this since we saw really good damage numbers beforehand. All right, there you go. Oh, wow. Okay. All right, boom. 300. Not bad. And then he doesn't crit. All right, thanks. And then 260. Yeah, I mean, that's the kind of damage number. And I mean, I'll show you guys why it's basically 50%. Like, it is basically 50% here. And I'll show you. And it's because my Kinich, he has 200% crit damage. So it makes sense that he would get 50% damage bonus. Or not damage bonus, but 50% just raw damage extra on his E skill for this. It makes sense that he would do that, right? So it goes back to what I'm saying where I'm like, well, it actually isn't gonna, do that well. But yeah, overall, that's really good. And for personal damage, he's doing 4 of those. It was like what, 300, then 260, right? He does 4 of those. That's a little bit over 1 million for a character. Yeah, that's pretty good for, decently low investment. I mean, I wouldn't say low investment, but it's like I like to call it the investment that I could, put in because I like the character, but I don't want to I don't want to like break bank for it, right? That's sort of the way that this investment goes. It's a very long name, I know. All right, so now we're going to test him out without all those buffs, right? And I will show that my Furina is C1 if I haven't mentioned that yet, because it is important. It is very important to, understand that Furina is C1, right? All right, so what we're going to get out of there. All right, boom, and that's 310,000 still, and 240 then. All right, I'm pressing E. It took 9 years to register that I pressed E. All right, I don't blame that on me. It took 900 years. I was doing nothing and I was spamming E. I might have been like at very close to max. I think Kinich is a character that the more you like get good with him, like you can really. I feel like there is definitely some skill involved into like timing exactly when you're gonna get that E skill up, right? When you can do that, it'll be good. But generally, as someone who's only picked him up for a couple days, I am still constantly hitting those 3 hits. But I mean, we saw even with this team, with the only Bennett healing, basically, Furina was still providing enough damage bonus to basically get him sort of to the same with full health, right? Furina here is C1. She's a double crown. She's doing damage off field also. I don't know if she's vaporizing. That's a huge thing if she's vaporizing. I don't know. You guys can look back at that footage, right? I'm not going to go personally look for it, but if you guys want to know if Furina is vaping on this team, I imagine that she is because we're burning, and that should be what we do here. So, yeah, I like this team. The one character I'm looking to get rid of here is Toma, because Toma, he's good, but he's not providing a buff, right? He's good providing off-field pyro, but that's it. That's really all that I'm getting from Toma here. I do like this team. It's very strong. Now, let's go ahead. Let's add Emilie to the team, and let's see how this works. Emilie, she would be a lot better if I had her weapon. I do not have her weapon. I'm hoping that maybe she returns on a weapon banner that I'm already summoning on, and that would be really sick to get her weapon on. So, yeah, I hope that's what happens because I really do want Emilie's weapon. Because I think it would make her a lot better. And we can see sort of, you don't really need to pop her Q. I would really love some healing. Okay, yeah, there. Boom. 240. Yeah. Yeah, 240. We didn't get that. 190. So, yeah, we're seeing very good numbers. 160 there. Why would it be 160? Was it? I actually don't know why it went to 160. That might be Bennett buff, honestly. It might be. It might be. I wouldn't say like guaranteed, but it went to 160. But we should have been seeing 190 and stuff. Capybara, he moves around a lot and stuff. I'm just testing on him so we can see the damage. But yeah, overall, C1 makes him feel a lot stronger. I'm gonna be honest. Like, it makes him feel a lot stronger. And I do think that overall, yeah, it's pretty good. Now, looking at the damage numbers he was doing, I'm happy with him, right? He's good, right? At C0, it felt kind of underpowered, right? But that's because I'm a person who uses these characters with, like, their weapons and stuff, right? So I think if you got your Emilie with her weapon, this team is probably his best team. But for me personally, I'm probably still going to use that Furina team. One, because it has better energy. Emilie has struggles with energy sometimes, right? It can be an issue. And two, just because Kinich will do more damage on that team, and if I can hyper focus on a character, those are the kind of teams I like to play. It's why I like Arlecchino so much. She just does so much damage by herself. She doesn't need anybody. But yeah, overall, very good. Kinich, very good when he gets to C1. I'm definitely a fan. I definitely am. So yeah, that's gonna be it for this video. Make sure to subscribe if you did enjoy, and I'll see you guys next time. Maybe when we do C1 Kinich versus Abyss, which is gonna be insane because he's gonna get 80% damage bonus while we're in Abyss, plus his C1, he's going to be hitting like 400k.